Well, there's heroes everywhere in this last couple of minutes of play. None more so than Frost, who Wingard was going to take the mark in that last inside 50. He had a first bite at it and was good enough to get back on it, and Frost left his man for the second time and went at the footy and was able to get the footy outside the defensive 50. Here is the contest. This was the pivotal one. He had the first bite at it. They would pay the second bite, and there's Frost.
Yep.
Critical play, and then, of course, he was also involved with the intercept. Let's go down to Alistair Lynch on the ground. Lynchy, massive finish.
Yeah, massive finish, and I'm with the very proud skipper of this football club, Nathan Jones. How important is that for your footy club?
Oh, mate, absolutely. You know, backs against the wall. Obviously, you haven't been playing anywhere near what we wanted, and there's a whole range of reasons why that's the case. But you know, we went away. We had a 4-day break after the last game. There were some promising signs against Richmond, but in the end, we still got beaten pretty convincingly. So we reflected strongly as a club, as a group. And yeah, like, we put a lot of things in place this week just to change a few things up. But basically, we just went back to fundamentally what makes us a bloody good side. And yeah, credit to the boys to be able to turn it around so quickly. But it sort of shows, you know, you just focus on the really simple things, and you know, we get back to playing the footy that we want.
Yeah, we spoke at half-time. You seemed to arrest the control of the game away from Hawthorn and went into half-time. I was in the rooms at half-time, seemed it was really controlled, calm atmosphere. What was spoken about when the coach presented to you?
Oh, you know, I spoke about, you know, the territory and gaining that from stoppage, and they smashed us, I think, late in that first quarter in particular. And you know, we really fought hard in that second quarter. We changed a few things up, and I think we went in, you know, plus 20 maybe around the ball at half-time. So that was the real core of the game, getting that back on our terms. And obviously then you get to defend it in your front half, and they're a bloody good side, Hawthorn. So you know, trying to get through from our defensive 50 is tough, and that was the focus, and we're able to execute, and in the end hung on, which I think shows the true character of the group.
And also, I mean, it's a special win in the context of your season, a special win in the relationship you've had with the Pink Lady match over 15 years as well.
Absolutely, mate. It's well, ever since I've been here, we've been involved in it, been really strong and proud supporters of it. And you know, we had Amber come in and speak to us early this week, and yeah, it was obviously you know, a pretty sad story, but also a really inspiring story. And you know, what an unbelievable and beautiful little family she has. And you know, we wish her all the best in hopefully her recovery. And you know, that we know there's many other women and men out there that suffer from it. So you know, it's just our little bit in being able to give back and try and support a terrific cause.
Well, congratulations on your support of that fantastic cause, and sometimes you need a circuit breaker in a season to turn things around. Maybe today was it. Congratulations, you made a statement.
Yeah, I bloody hope so. Thank you, mate. Looking forward to the next game.
Thanks, Lynchy.
Nathan Jones, who's about to go past Robert Flower and be the number 2 on the all-time games played list at the Melbourne Football Club. He's been a superstar. Finished third in the NAB Rising Star years ago behind a couple of guns like Joel Selwood and Scott Pendlebury. He's always been a star, and he was a star again today. We head back downstairs to Alistair Lynch.
Speaking of stars, with big Maxi gone, must be a great feeling. Looks like the boys, it looks like there's an element of relief, but genuine excitement.
Funny thing about 10-day breaks, you can get refreshed and sort of reset your year, and 1 and 5 wasn't where we wanted to be, but we almost put that behind us and started again. And sense of relief, almost felt like it was 0-0 today, and you probably saw that with the boys. And like, they kept on challenging us all the way up until the last 10 seconds, and to fight to the death and win a couple of crucial one-on-ones that we've been missing, so it was good.
There's been a few things missing this year. What was the main statement that you wanted to make as a football team and as a group?
I don't really care if the commentators of the game tell us that the game's gone away from just winning contested ball, because it hasn't. Teams win when they win the contested ball, and we'll make some inroads in our forward 50 entries and clean up our defence, but if we can get our bulls like Nathan Jones, Clayton Oliver, Tom McDonald in the air, Sam Frost down back, if we can get them winning contested ball, that'll hold us in good stead.
Well, how'd you turn that around in the quarter? In the first quarter you were -10, in the second quarter +18. What was the big turning point there?
Yeah, I think it was about even when we went into half-time, and we got told we were down in the first quarter, and that's not how we want to play our footy. So to be able to change it after a quarter, I mean, we've probably been doing it for 6 weeks, but to change it after a quarter was good, and to be able to come out and hold a fast finishing Hawthorn off.
Do you have any idea how long was left in that last play?
No, not really. 2 minutes can go for a long time, and you never really know how long's left. And it was a good spoil from Marty Hawk. I wouldn't go look like he marked it.
It looked like he did. Congratulations, a fantastic game. Go enjoy with your fans and teammates.
Thanks, don't you?
Gary, the scenes there with Simon Goodwin, that was something so important to that man, for that football club. That game today, from a commercial point of view, was worth millions of dollars. But from a spiritual point of view, for your club to not look like they were pretenders from last year, to stand up at the MCG and beat Hawthorn, this was a massive win for your football club, Gary.
No, it was. There's no question. And they did it the hard way, and they, at various stages throughout the afternoon, didn't look like they were going to find a way. But Max Gorn's right. Contested possessions changed. They started to win some ground ball as well. And I know from a presidential, you're an overarching viewpoint, so the commercial reality is very real. But from a footy point of view, then all that matters is they will gain so much out of this. And this is, you know, Simon Goodwin and Brendan McCartney and the stories and rumours about the relationship between he and players and all that sort of stuff that happens when you find yourself on the bottom of the ladder. And
Jeff Garlett gets the first hug from the coach. Yeah. He had a shot. If he had a kick, it was goal of the year. He got burnt, a couple of his teammates. They got around him. He almost lost his confidence, but then he did some fantastic things that helped win the game.
It's a bit of what if about it. There's Oscar McDonald, who's no wonder he's happy. He's running off because he had some moments late in that game as well. But this is what it's all about. When you're on the bottom and the expectation is that you're going to contend, then no one can imagine the pressure. So to get that win, and this is, you know, this will be a reminder of them and what happens if you do the work, if you honour the sort of things that they stand for, then you get moments like this.
At times, you look at the Melbourne side and you think, oh, they're a bit gappy at times, and, you know, they're the Silvertail Club and all that sort of stuff. They won the street fight today, Gary. When the chips were down, when Jones couldn't get a kick in the first quarter, and he lifted and he led that team on the ground, and now he leads them off the ground to sing the song.
Yeah, and you know what's just as important, and it may not come up from a statistical point of view, is that they were smarter in the way they went about their footy. And I know the contested footy's great and all that sort of stuff, but Nick was talking about it as well through the game, is that they got the balance right from inside and outside. Instead of all being at the footy, they were able to have some numbers on the outside, and all of a sudden the spread was better. And, well, there you see all the Melbourne faithful getting in there.
There's Jeff Freeman, the Vice President of the Melbourne Football Club. Glenn Bartlett, you know, I talked to Glenn a bit, and you just know how much they put their heart and soul into the football club. Things are set up, ready to go. Gary Pert is the new CEO. And you go through and just you can't get it happening on the ground, and then this happens, Gary.
Well, players for the first time get to sing the song, so they cop the dousing and away they go.
That's the song at the end of the game. That's what you play for, to sing the song. But let's go back to the start of the game. Something that piqued my eye, Gary, was this. We can't let the audio go too much here because of a few C words. It wasn't Collingwood, and it was all going in there. But they had a war cry before the game. It wasn't just the captain or somebody saying. They were pumped up. You knew this was their big game.
I don't know. They're great because the result goes their way, and then they become really important. You love it. I look at it and go, oh, that's nice. But if it helps the win, fair enough. But this is the thing. They will go in and analyse this and look at it and say, you do this, you do that, and we'll get a much better result. And,
so that man there is Jeff Freeman, and you couldn't get a more heart and soul Melbourne bloke. Look at him. He's had some health problems lately, Jeff. He's the vice president of the club. He's tipped in plenty of money when they had none. And this is what you're associated with the football club. That's Glenn Bartlett in the blue coat there. He is the Melbourne Football Club president. He's not one of the high-profile ones. Gary Pert, of course, all-time champion with Fitzroy and Collingwood, and a Collingwood Premiership chief executive. You work your fingers to the bone, and the supporters are out here. They are going into the long room now. They're having a great time. This is what it's all about, Gary. Football is such a wonderful thing. We saw last night with the young boy then there at Collingwood, young Maguire, who's being carried off the ground. That's the philanthropic side, but this is just the heart and soul side of football. It's just wonderful to see. Well done, Glenn Bartlett. Well done, Jeff Freeman.
It's got a pulse, the Melbourne Footy Club, and a couple of hours ago it didn't seem to be the case. So they're alive, their season's alive. There's Jeddah, and they've got players to come back in.